Hello there. Hi. My name is Nicole, and I am going on a trip to Johannesburg, South Africa. I decided I would make a video, mostly for me, to remember this trip and have an excuse to take a bunch of different videos. Currently in Newark. I just flew in from Cleveland, and it was the first time I've taken a flight in 10 years. So it was sort of nerve-wracking for me just to be on a flight for the first time in 10 years, and also to do it alone. I had never been on a flight without my parents, and now here I am in Newark alone. Hi, I guess I should fully introduce myself. I'm Nicole. I am 21 years old, and I am a senior at Michigan State University. I am a fisheries and wildlife major with a concentration in conservation biology, and this internship is at a cheetah rewilding conservation place about an hour and a half outside of Johannesburg. And I'm going to be working with some African wildlife, learning about conservation, prepping diets, doing normal care for a lot of the animals they have on their reservation, and I'm really excited. I have never been to South Africa. I've never even been to Canada, and I'm from Ohio, so Canada's right around the road. Not that, a couple hours around the road. So this is kind of a big deal for me. I'm gonna be documenting what is going on. Hopefully you'll get to see a lot of cool videos of African wildlife. I'm specifically going to be working with cheetahs, but they also have lions and servals and meerkats and ferrets, and hopefully I'll get to see some other African wildlife while I'm there. Hopefully some giraffes, elephants, rhinos would be amazing if I saw a rhino. But next time you see me will probably be when I'm on my plane to Johannesburg. So see you then. Hey. So in the last clip, you probably saw me saying that the next time you would see me would be on the flight to Johannesburg. Cameron, tell the vlog what has been happening.
Well, we had a really amazing adventure day, and we got to the airport and everything was fine and dandy. And then by the time we got there and we were getting ready to go, it got delayed, and now we're in a hotel in Newark.
The only other flight to Johannesburg was the next day, and it was borderline completely booked. Luckily, I met with some other MSU students who were also going on this trip, and we sort of rallied together. Originally, we thought that we might not be able to get to Johannesburg until Wednesday, and we were supposed to get there Sunday afternoon. So to say that we were a little stressed is an understatement. We are on the next flight. So we have some time to kill tomorrow. I didn't really think that a lot of this video would be me doing stuff outside of South Africa, but it feels like here we are. I felt like I had to tell this story. I've been downplaying it, but it has genuinely been so stressful. I have so much adrenaline and anxiety right now. It's 1:30 a.m. and I am not tired at all. So a lot's been going on. It's been crazy. Hi, this is me editing, just popping in to say a couple things. The first thing I really wanted to get across before you guys start seeing the actual fun clips I have of this trip is that these animals are not pets. All these animals are wild animals, and they deserve to be treated as such. Animals you're going to see in this video are either animals that are going to be released or animals that cannot be released. So the animals that are going to be released are animals that are going through the whole process of rewilding, and it's a long process, so it takes a little bit of time to get these animals ready to be successful in the wild. And then the other animals are animals that were either injured or raised by humans, and so they wouldn't be able to survive without the help of humans, and they would die in the wild otherwise. I just wanted to make sure that, we're not seeing these animals as pets, and yes, they might be really cute, but we should really be striving to have more of these animals in the wild. Some of the clips you're going to see are us feeding the meerkats, meeting the cheetahs for the first time, and then also feeding the lions. So hope you enjoy that. Stick around till the end. I might be popping in here or there to give some context on some things. So see you later. Bye. Hi, I'm back, but only for a second. So, on our second week there, we actually heard that there was an injured zebra on the property. The whole group went with the staff and a veterinarian in order to go help this zebra. We got to watch him dart it and clean the wound and sort of talk us through how darting works and how, being a large animal vet works in South Africa. So, that's what you're going to see in the next couple clips. I do show the wound of the zebra. I'll put a little timestamp in where you can skip to if you don't want to watch it, but I don't think it's that gross. He does really get in there like with his hand, like scrubbing it out. But other than that, it's not too gory. So just so you know, but yeah, that's what's coming up.
Yeah, so those ones, the reusable ones, are much bigger, because now you can think it's all screw-in parts and stuff. They're much bigger, and when they're bigger, they're heavier, and they actually injure the animals more. So these once-off plastic ones are better. So these are gel collars. They do work. So this is when you're darting an animal, and it's a softer dart, but that gel, it will melt with body temperature, and then the dart falls out. So sometimes if you're just vaccinating, you use these because you're not making the animal sleep. The dart must fall out by itself. And then these ones, obviously, they stick longer.
The silencer on the tip of it?
Yeah, so the silencer has made darting much easier. It's not silent, but it keeps, it doesn't It muffles that crack sound, which makes animals very nervous. All under the skin, you see the back. Lots of ticks. Oh wow. You expect to see ticks, but you'll often find an animal that is stressed, weakened, will pick up more ticks. I don't know if it's because they don't groom themselves or why, but it's as if when there's a sick animal or injured animal, then the parasites make do and then end up actually the animal will die from the high parasitemia. But the nice thing here, there is no worms, there's no maggots. It's quite a clean wound. This wound is already probably about 10 days old, I think. Could be more.
Why do they go like up under there mostly? Is that
It's
like
the
a
soft skin.
Okay.
Nice soft skin. Yeah, if you can. Then I was. There's nothing broken here. This could even be about 2 to 3 weeks old, I think. This is the tendons that go into it's the Achilles tendon, but it feels fine. It's not torn.
So it didn't do anything to the
No, so
heart
this
itself?
this inflammation here is just that's
Infection?
all it is. It's inflammation. No, you see the fluid when I squeeze,
It's
eh?
clear.
It's clear fluid. It's just inflammation. So I'll just clean it up nicely and give it anti-inflammatory and a long-acting antibiotic.
So do you flush
This
it
will
with
heal.
Like, do you flush it with saline or do you flush
No,
it?
just normal tap water.
Okay.
What is that?
This is the antiseptic soap. Cubitane, but it's F10.
Okay.
So this pink tissue here, it's called granulation tissue. So even though it's an open wound, this wound is resistant to infection now. It's created a layer of granulation. So now it just needs wound contraction and epithelialization from the side. Antibiotic, blue one. I'll let that dry a bit. This is a spray for ticks and flies. So I'm just going to do it in the groins here, and then we will also put the flies off. And then to top it off when it's dry, I'll put a layer of, this is called Stockholm tar. So it kind of seals the medicine in. Layer of tar.
Right in the muscle.
Yeah. This is
Guys, you need to pick up his head.
One, two, three. Hold those front legs in. Move the left back leg out. Okay, keep him in that position. Watch your hands. Watch your hands. Just to from the manual. Watch your hands. Okay, now wake him up like this.
Right here?
Yeah.
Right next to his feet, you might want to.
Yeah, no, I know.
And then just
That's
go
the
back.
worst.
More.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
all the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
pull back.
Go back, you'll get blood.
There we
Yeah,
Yeah.
now shoot it
I
in.
only want you to give half of that slowly.
So to what?
Go to there.
To the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tess.
Nice.
Guys, move
Shoot
away.
it.
Shoot it. Do you like that? It's all looking around, eh? I do work at
Let's give it spice. What way to go?
Hi, baby. Hi, I just wanted to pop in one final time and thank you so much for watching. I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Running Wild Cheetah Conservation, which is the organization in South Africa where I was able to experience all these amazing things. The work that they do for these cheetahs and other African wildlife is absolutely incredible, and the chance to be able to work with them and spend time with these amazing animals was incredible. I learned so much, and it was an experience that I'm never going to forget. I've been home for a month now, and I've never felt homesick for a place that wasn't my home, except for Running Wild. It was an absolutely amazing experience, and Running Wild does not make any money from the government. They raise all their money themselves through donations and people visiting. Anyone can go and visit Running Wild. You have to pay a volunteer fee, but that volunteer fee goes directly back to the animals, and that is how they make a majority of their money. Like I said, the government does not give them any funding whatsoever. They raise it all themselves, and it goes directly back to the animals. Running Wild is absolutely amazing. They have a really small staff. They only have like 6 or 7 people that work there, and they're able to do so much for these cheetahs. When we were there, they told us that they have contributed 3% to the wild cheetah population, which might seem like a really small amount, but when you think about how few cheetahs there are in the wild, it is actually a large number of cheetahs that they have rewilded and released into the wild. They have come up with a way to breed and rewild cheetahs in order to increase the wild populations, and it is super cool. These people are so amazing, so I really implore you to look into them, and if you can donate, I'm going to put a link down below, or I'm going to put a QR code somewhere on the screen where you can donate. I totally understand if you can't donate, but if you want to share Running Wild with other people, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook. You can also share and learn more about cheetahs through them, and I really, really encourage you to do that. So I'll also put their social media down below, and I would love if you could go check it out and give them some love. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Bye.